Iris is a young woman who has been taking care of her seriously ill brother named Raleigh. Raleigh is desperately in need of a bone marrow transplant, but Iris can hardly afford it. They are parentless children, and Iris has to do all the caring for her brother by herself. One morning, Barden, Raleigh's doctor, introduces her to a wealthy philanthropist, Shepard Lambrick, who provides financial aid for needy people all over the world. According to Shepard, all Iris will do is to join a contest that he is hosting, and the winner shall be taken care of everything from bills, school, houses, and even treatments. Since it sounds too good to be true, Iris suspects what if she loses in the game. Shepard assures her it would be simply losing. In addition, Dr. Barden also shares his story when he was in a tough time. He was invited to a similar event. His life changed positively ever since he won the contest. Iris would like to think about such a great chance, so she politely leaves for home. Shepard reminds her the deadline will be tonight at 8 p.m. and hands her a visit card. At home, while the two siblings have dinner, Iris receives a phone call revealing her job application has failed. Raleigh asks if he is a true burden. Iris tells Raleigh that she'll never let go of him and he is all she has left in the world. Later, thinking about the appealing game at the Lambrick, Iris decides to call the man. The next morning, Iris tells Raleigh that she has a date out today, lying that it will be her high school friends. Raleigh feels so happy that Iris can finally hang out and have some fun. However, when Iris leaves, Raleigh becomes emotional for no reason. Later, Iris is picked up by a luxurious car outside of their house. When Iris arrives at the Lambrick's villa, she gets to meet other guests who also are contestants in the game tonight. Iris is first welcomed by a gallant man called Lucas and a black kind man named Cal. The two then introduce the others to Iris. They are a big guy Peter, Linda, an older woman with paralyzed legs on a wheelchair, a quiet veteran from Iraq Travis, a hot girl Amy, a gentleman Corway. A moment later, a butler named Bavens enters to inform all the guests about the rules of the game before starting. To eliminate distraction and unfair advantage, all the participants have to submit the phones, keys, etc. They will be returned after the contest. After that, the contestants follow Bavens to the dining room, getting ready for the game. As they enter the fancy room, each guest has a seat with a pre-booked number. Before seeing the contestants, Shepard warns his son Julian not to repeat the same mistake as he did last year and minds about the outfit. Shortly after that, the father and son enter the dining room. Shepard welcomes all the contestants by a fancy dinner. Bevins brings up the first dish, which is steak and red wine. A moment later, Iris apologizes for not mentioning she is a lifelong vegetarian. Shepard tells her that there is only one menu for tonight. As Iris reluctantly takes the chips in the dish, Shepard suggests having some money reward as the warm-up before the game. Shepard announces that if Iris can intake the meat, she'll receive $5,000 for the steak, and if she takes the goose liver as well, he'll make it $10,000. Linda encourages Iris just to close her eyes and take the meat. Can't resist the offer. Iris eats the steak with liver. Shepard laughs excitedly that he can make a lifetime commitment to cause wiped away by a $10,000. A moment later, Shepard asks Corway why he doesn't take the red wine. Corway shares that he is a recovering alcoholic. Shepard offers $10,000 so Corner can try to take a sip of wine. At first, Corway is pissed at the way Shepard mocking his in-debt life in 16 years. Later, as Corway is quite firm about his commitment, Shepard adds up the reward to $50,000. As Shepard advises Corway to take this challenge like a momentary lapse to change his life, Corway immediately drinks the finest scotch on the table. Shepard claps his hands and laughs even louder. After the two warm-ups, Shepard announces that the game now officially begins. It is called Would You Rather? In each round, one player will be given a choice between A or B, and usually neither choice is very attractive. One player will be eliminated as they go until they have a winner. Each player has only 15 seconds to deliver their final option. Shepard offers his guests the last chance to leave, but no one does. A moment later, Bevins brings up a homemade electric shock machine with two wired headbands. As Corway becomes tempered after drinking alcohol, he rushes out to leave the contest. Corway then immediately shot in the chest, terrifying all the remaining guests. The staff also intimidate the guests with guns pointing at them. In round one of the players wearing a headband is given a buzzer with two buttons. One button is a self-inflicted shock, and the second delivers a shock to the other player. Cal is the first player. He has to decide whether to shock himself or Amy. Shepard sets the time for 15 seconds, and Cal hurts himself instead of Amy. Next comes Amy and the older lady Linda. Amy immediately triggers Linda, saying that she has to compete to win. Meanwhile, Dr. Barden draws a gun and heads to the Lambrick to stop the crazy game as he feels guilty for Iris. Back to the dining room, Lucas has to take the shocks twice, one from Travis and another one from himself to prevent Iris from a shock. It's Iris's turn and she decides to shock herself too, as Cal already earned one earlier. Luckily, all stay alive after round 1. Everyone has several minutes rest before the next round. Julian comes in and starts insulting the remaining contestants. Later, the staff follow the orders to cover the room with plastic shields, getting ready for round 2. Lucas advises the participants try to hang in there and don't overreact, as it only does more harm. At this time, Dr. Barden also arrives. He sneaks into the villa, hoping to rescue Iris. Round 2 soon begins. Each player has 30s to decide. Shepard would like to start from Iris. She is given the choice of stabbing Cal in the thigh with an ice pick, or whipping Travis 3 times with a sjambuk in his back. Iris goes with the second option and starts to whop Travis. Shepard warns her not to hit Travis with mercy because it only makes Iris redo the whipping. Next is Lucas. Would he rather stab Iris in the thigh or again give Travis 3 more stripes? As worrying that stabbing in the thigh might hurt the artery, Travis accepts to let Lucas whip again on his back. After the continuous attacks, Travis breathes raggedly as he almost can't take any further hit. Now Shepard announces it is Travis' turn, whether he stabs Lucas or gets himself 3 more sjambuk from Bevins. Travis clears that he will not stab anybody. As a result, he earns 3 more hits, causing him in utter pain. Move to Peter's turn. He has to stab Linda or whip Travis. Peter tells Linda that he can't whip Travis anymore as he is going to die. Linda accepts to be stabbed in the thigh as her legs are already paralyzed. Peter goes with his decision. Linda has no feelings after the injuries, but she is bleeding badly. Now Linda has to go with her choice. Stab Amy or stripe Travis. Linda hurts Amy instead of Travis, only to get a punch in the face from Amy. After that, Shepard allows Amy to either hit Travis or stab anyone in the room she wants. Before giving her option, Amy claims that this game is not about helping but eliminating each other. She then stabs Iris right away in her stomach. At that moment, Travis collapses on the ground due to the severe wounds, but he is still breathing. Linda can't survive after that. The last one to call is Cal. Whip Travis or stab whoever he likes. Similar to Amy, Cal thinks this game is all about survival. Cal leaves no choice but to eliminate Travis with the sjambuk. As the second round ends, the group manages to run away. Iris is injured, but she can escape from the dining room with the ice pick. Cal unfortunately gets shot in the chest by Shepard. Julian and Bevins rush out to look for Iris. As Iris attempts to escape from the air duct, Julian catches her back. Then Julian starts to rape Iris, only to get bitten in the lips. Right at that moment, Dr. Barden arrives, telling Iris to follow him. However, Barden gets shot in the head by Bevins. Iris then has to follow Bevins back to the dining room. In the third round, there are only 4 people left. This round involves making a decision between the known and the unknown. The known requires one to have their head held in a barrel of water for 2 minutes. The unknown carries an unknown fate, in the form of a card in an envelope. It can be deadly or it can be relatively harmless. As a gambler, Peter knows how this round would go as a 101 gambling, so he takes the envelope. The card requires Peter to light a bomb in his hand. The explosion makes his hand flesh spread all over the room. However, Peter dies from the heart attack instead. Now it's Lucas' time. Since he can't take 2 minutes in water, he chooses the card. It requires him to slit open one of his eyeballs out with a razor by himself. Lucas can make it and stay alive. Iris chooses to dip her head in the barrel. During that time, Iris thinks about Raleigh and keeps hanging in the water. Finally, she survives after 2 minutes. Her unopened card reveals she was supposed to extract all of her teeth. Amy then chooses her card with a barrel and number 4. She learns that she must be head down underwater for 4 minutes. Unfortunately, Amy drowns halfway. In the 4th round, Iris and Lucas survive. Iris gets to choose whether to leave with Lucas and receive nothing else after the game, or eliminate Lucas with a gun and become the winner. Lucas tries to convince Iris about their wrong purposes of joining the game at the beginning. However, Iris immediately shoots Lucas in the chest, making the Lambricks satisfied with the ending. Returning home, Iris finds that Raleigh has died due to overdosing his medicine. Iris cries in despair as after all the sacrifices and cruelty she made, Iris can't save his brother in any way.